My family called me a pig at my wedding. So I, 26, got married last week, and it was truly a disaster. In my country it's very common to make those really sweet videos right before your parents' speech. Usually in those videos you would see pictures of yourself with your fiancé, pictures of younger self and pictures with your family or friends. The thing is, I am very insecure of myself. I used to be the short and fat friend when I was a teenager, and therefore I would get bullied by other people in school. Now, I have gotten way more skinnier, but I am still so self-conscious about my body and my husband has to constantly remind me that I'm pretty no matter what. One day when I was about 22, my family and I went to a friend's wedding, in which the pictures of the video displayed were pretty funny, yet kinda embarrassing to the bride or the groom, but still silly. After a week or so, I brought up the fact that the video was really cute, but I would never want to see those humiliating kinds of pictures in my wedding. My dad then told me that I was being unreasonable, that I shouldn't be the only one having fun at my wedding, everyone should have. I tried to argue saying that it would be my wedding and yes, I should be the one having fun the most, but that arguing got quickly shot down. Fast forward to a month ago, before my wedding, I reminded my whole family that I would not tolerate a video displaying embarrassing pictures from my fat teenage years. They could show any other picture other than those. My parents promised that they would not show those pictures, but that I was being pretty stupid since those were old pictures and people wouldn't even remember them after the wedding. I still said that I didn't care, I just don't want people seeing them, since my brain would think that they're judging me. Then, about a week ago at my wedding, they broke that supposedly promise they made. Embarrassing pictures of myself showed up in the video, pictures like me eating lots of junk food, making weird faces or just pictures of me that I would never show anyone. The photos of my husband from when he was young were pretty cute and innocent, and no one laughed at them. But mine were degrading and disgusting in every way. Everyone started laughing. It felt like reviving the trauma from when I was a teenager and people would laugh at me, so I immediately started crying. My husband saw me but did nothing, since he thought those were joy tears. When I started crying even harder, he got pretty worried and started asking what was wrong over and over again while holding me. I tried brushing it off saying I was fine, and right after I said so, the video ended and the speech came up. Both my husband and I couldn't pay that much attention to what my relatives were saying, until my mom started speaking up. The last straw for me was when she said, "Well, we're all so happy to be here. We never thought Ms. Piggy would get married, we all thought she would end up alone living in a cheap rented house with all her 4 smelly cats." As soon as I heard that, I got up and walked out from my wedding and went outside the building where we were hosting the party. My husband followed me and hugged me while I was crying and screaming nonstop. I've never felt so disrespected before, and I didn't expect my family to be the ones disrespecting me. After a good 10 minutes my whole family and some of my friends came out from the building, looking for me. My parents were fuming, screaming at me for walking out of the party, saying I was being the one to blame for all this since I should have just suck it up and let them finish their speech without making such a scene. Some of my relatives also backed them up, which made me feel even worse. My husband started screaming back at them, saying that what they did was so uncalled for, and to get out before he starts punching every single one of them. I went back home with my husband 3 hours after all that argument happened, and cried all night long. We're going to travel for our honeymoon tomorrow, but I've been a complete mess since then. They haven't apologized and I don't think they are going to do so. What should I do now?